Yes, guys, welcome to SFeatleyTV, and we're back for another episode of the Chequered Flag Show. I've got John with me. How are you, mate?
Hey, Stephen. Hope you're good. Doing great. Just hoping for a very good weekend, considering last time. And greetings to you, good people.
Yeah, no worries. Big up, say in the building. Big up for becoming a member. Big up to all the members as well. Bargo Mill, King Tony, Talk, Maisie. Yeah, big all of them up. And if you want to do the same, hit the join button below. Make sure to like the video as well. Hit the share button as well. Big up Tiho in the building as well. And yeah, I'm looking forward to a good weekend. It's all fucking sparks gone off now, isn't it? Right? The fireworks are off, right? It's all kicked off between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. Right? I'm gonna get into it a
Yeah,
little bit more. Now, where am I going to start? I'm going to start with. We'll start with the cost of the accident. I think we all know. I think we all can agree now that it was it was a racing incident.
yeah.
If Christian Horner, you might want to look that up in the dictionary what a racing incident means. Um,
There you go
don't
again.
worry. That no, the shots are gonna keep coming at fucking Horner, mate. Don't you worry. I'm fucked off with him. He can get lost in all my opinion. Alright. Max Verstappen's crash repair bill cost a Red Bull a whopping 1.3 billion, 3 million pound. Sorry, as they Mole request to review Lewis Hamilton penalty. So Red Bull say that Max Verstappen's collision with Lewis Hamilton in the British Grand Prix has cost the team around £1.3 million in repairs. Well, that's one way to make them pay out, isn't it? Um, yeah, so obviously we saw at the end of the race that the car was, uh, let's just say, fucked. Basically,
Yeah, it was wrecked.
it was screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that was sort of the picture at the end result of that accident. Yeah, wrecked, absolutely kaput. Um, so yeah, obviously that's gonna cost them a lot amount of money.
Very much, and it's going to
Um,
sting a lot.
um, yeah, and I say that, and when I look at it, is that obviously that's cost a lot of money, and surely with the amount of Red Bull have invested in parts, upgrades. I don't know whether they only had one set of upgrades for Max Verstappen for that weekend. So whether they've rebuilt the parts or because of the amount of damage they can't afford to, that's 1%. They've said that's 1% of their budget. And don't forget they've got to divert some of that budget to next season. Surely
Exactly.
now
That's
that's
the
going to tell Red Bull you're going to have to stop now. If you want to, if you don't want to fall behind next season, you're going to have to stop the upgrades because like we saw that with Bottas in Imola, and
yeah.
you can see how much Mercedes have not really upgraded the car. So surely that's the same thing with Red Bull now. Surely.
Yeah. You can say that again. For me, I was really shocked. Like it seems that towards every new race, or should I say maybe
Maybe if
after
you get a receipt, we'll pay you half the bill.
that is what we were looking for, to be honest. But now the thing is that definitely we're just going to stop the whole upgrades, because we never saw it coming. Because I'm sure you still recall what happened at Imola, Russell and Bottas. You know how much it cost. I think it cost about, is it 1.5 million, right? For you guys, it costed something like 1.5
Yeah,
million. And like the thing is that at least for us, we had the luxury of like doing what we want. And going into the Silverstone Grand Prix, I was really shocked, like to know that like to learn that we had a new floor, we had a few upgrades, and now like do we really still have the luxury to do that? Well, to be honest, I do not think at all that we no longer have. Especially, like going into Hungary. I'm still to learn that does Max still has his second engine, or he has his last third engine. Imagine getting the third engine this time around, and
It depends really of what of the result of that accident. I mean,
exactly, exactly,
surely,
and
sorry, I mean,
yeah.
uh, the surely the gearbox must have been screwed, right? If the gearbox is screwed, surely he's going to have to face a penalty during this Grand Prix.
That's why I'm saying, so far everything has been kept all secret. We do not know at all,
It's going to have
and
to be, isn't it? I mean, if you saw the clothes accident, you saw how it fucked his drive shaft and
mm,
his gearbox. So surely that means his gearbox is gonna be screwed.
that
Surely.
is what I'm, yeah, and that is what I'm really wanting, the gearbox. And also, like, imagine, like to have, like, per season, you're allowed to have, is it 3 engines, right? And
Three.
already,
Well, there's certain parts you get three, uh, an internal combustion engines, three turbos,
yeah,
three MG UKs, three MG UHs, two electronic control electronics, and two engine stores,
oh
energy
yes.
stores.
Oh yes, exactly. So now, like, just think to yourself that, like, I remember, like, the Honda, like the head of the Honda manufacturer saying that he's really worried that, like, we just hope that the second engine, because, like, the second engine was, like, the new second engine was installed for what? For Silverstone. And
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
oh yeah, and like already now you just think to yourself, because the thing is that I really think that everything is going to unfold. I really think that everything is going to unfold tomorrow, whereby at least we know the nature of the issue. Because imagine if it's a new gearbox, imagine the penalty that we're going to face. And especially, I'm sure you saw what happened today in the first practice, whereby I don't know what he was on to, is it Red Bull, is it Max? I don't know what they did to Lewis, like getting out of the garage and, like risking, some things, like, oh, because of a rivalry, not necessary at all, because he could have easily gotten a penalty, a grid penalty. you know these things are just brewing into something bad. But to be honest, I want to be fair and I want to be honest. The issue is that I really think right now, because of the two DNFs that we have heard, I really think that, like Mercedes are just going to win it. And also, especially with the 1.3 million, because that was just the final nail on the coffin. To be honest, we no longer have the luxury to do what we want, etc., etc. And especially also the thing is that, like the thing is that now with Perez, like Perez, without doubt, he has been the best second driver. But now the thing is that just look at him. The thing is that at times, like maybe like he's like good at a certain weekend, then goes missing maybe the next 3 or 4 races, and that is not needed at all, especially if you're at a very big team like Red Bull, because you need to
mm,
deliver in and out. It's just like for you guys, you're saying we want George Russell, right? But now here's the thing. Yes, Bottas had his moments, but just look what he was doing in practice. He was just, like very good. Of course, like we all know that at Silverstone he was good in quali, but of course, come race day he suffered a lot, and it was because of the blunder of, is it Science? The pit stop of Science and
yeah.
Lando Norris that he pounced onto. So for me, like at a day like whereby like you still remember at Imola whereby Bottas, had a DNF, and already now we have got one car out of it, like out of scoring points. You would think that, like Perez would be, like scoring points to the team, but we all know that he finished 14th. He failed to capitalize. Max had this incident at Silverstone, you see, and of course it's unfortunate, bad strategy whereby, you have hard tires, and like is it a lap 20 whereby he pitted, and you do not understand what's really going on. And also, like, later on when he recovered, like he was about to score points, but of course we had to take the fastest lap from Lewis. So to be honest, I'm really not, feeling confident at all, especially, like with the struggles. Red Bull was struggling, to be honest, both
Mm.
practices, to be honest. I really think that, Lewis is going to set the record, like 9 wins in Hungary. It's shocking, something that I don't want. And of course, like if Lewis delivers, we all know that we won't hear the end of it, especially coming from you. We won't hear the end of
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
it. That's the thing.
You'll
That's the
never
thing.
hear the end of it, mate. Right? This is
Yeah,
obviously this is a circuit that he's very fond of. We'll get to the preview later on. Um, but uh, speaking of like that, and I think probably they know they're probably struggling, and hence why they probably tried their lovely little trick. Um, I'm just gonna quickly show this on Twitter. Let's have a look at Mercedes, because what Red Bull have been up to at this Grand Prix so far, right? Right, you lot have been up to, right? Seems like some people
yeah,
can't just accept defeat.
yeah, yeah. To be honest, I'm a
no,
fan. I'm a fan of Red Bull. Like since 2011. But to be honest, I'm really not proud with what they have been doing. The conduct that they've been doing. Really not sportsmanship, to be honest. And especially now, for Max to go, like on Instagram and unfollow Lewis, to be honest, that was just amateur. I understand that, like emotions will flare around, but at the end
yeah,
of the day, that's
I
just
think
wrong.
let's just have a look. So Mercedes, obviously, to anyone that doesn't know how this works, is that if a team has significant evidence that wasn't at the time of the racing incident that was given a penalty for, they can have the right to have the evidence reviewed, and if so, then if they're significant enough, the British Grand Prix stewards, not the Hungarian Grand Prix stewards, there's a different set of stewards, they can say they have a right to an appeal of Lewis Hamilton's penalty or any other driver's penalty to that was given and get a harsher one. So this is what Red Bull tried to do, because clearly, obviously, Christian Horner knows fuck all about racing, right? Knows fuck all about how to actually win a Grand Prix without being fair, right? And seems that
Come on.
seems that the fact that everything the light shines out of Max Verstappen's ass, right? And he does
Ask
nothing.
yourself,
He acts like a complete angel. He's never done anything wrong in his entire life, right?
ask yourself why he's the longest serving, like
Excuse me, Mercedes.
principal.
All I'm going to say is Mexico 2019. The Mercedes AMG Petronas team welcomes the decision of the stewards to reject Red Bull's racing right review. So basically, they took one look at it and went, "Yeah, do us a favor, Horner, cry some more, go fuck off." Right? In addition to bringing this into a close, we hope that this decision will mark the end of a concerted attempt by the senior management of Red Bull Racing to tarnish the good name and sporting integrity of Lewis Hamilton, including in the documents submitted for their unsuccessful right of review. We look forward to continuing to go on racing this weekend and continuing our hard fought competition for the 2021 FIA Formula One World Championship. Very dignified response. I would have just told you to say, yeah, Horner, uh, uh,
To be honest, To be honest, let me tell you something.
They've
For
tried
me, I
to
was
drag
not.
Lewis Hamilton's name through the mud, right?
No, no,
Not
no.
to mention the amount of abuse he's been getting as well. Right? I'll give him the due. They did come out and defend him on that, but right on top of all the abuse as well, he's been had his name tarnished, like dragged through the mud by Red Bull because they can't accept the race result. The penalty is the
You know
penalty. He
what?
got his penalty. It was done. Done. My personal opinion is that he's a racing incident. Shouldn't even got a penalty because they're both as equally as bad as each other. But
You know
there you
what? Let
go.
me tell you something. Let me tell you something. To be honest, the thing is that there is a right for you to what to contest and to have a review. And surely I don't blame them. I don't blame them for trying to like to contest, to say, you know what, like especially with the budget cap. I don't blame them. But now here's the thing. The thing is that for them now to try to tarnish Lewis, because now you now see, like, oh, this like, I'm not saying that they are responsible for that, but
No, they're not responsible
the
for that.
way
No,
that the way that like the way that they conduct themselves is just
they tried to make it
unsportsmanship.
out that he's like one of the dirtiest drivers on the grid. I'm sorry,
Exactly,
he's
exactly.
very far from it. And actually, if you want to start talking about dirty drivers, why don't you want to tell Verstappen to take a look in the mirror, right?
Yeah,
Because
we
he's
all
one.
know.
I'm telling you, if we did, if it was Michael, if Max Verstappen was in Schumacher's uh
Yeah,
uh in Schumacher's position in '94 at
yeah,
Adelaide,
yeah,
is his position at Jerez in '97. I guarantee you, knowing Max Verstappen and his personality and the way he drives, he would have done the same thing.
yeah.
He would have done exactly
Because
the same thing.
like, yes, because like, I don't know if you have not, like if you have seen the interviews whereby Max is interviewed after, like, maybe bashing into like Vettel, or maybe bashing into, like, other drivers, and his own
It's
nasty
not.
saying that, like, they are like, sorry to say this word, to say, like, they are pussy or something like that, or maybe they are like, all the wrong words, but
Yeah,
you're the
he
one
said
who's
it's never my
responsible.
fault. It's
I've
their
seen it
fault.
all. Yes, but now is now okay. Well, it's unfortunate that this time he was the victim, and now Red Bull, like, we're now, taking this matter very far, and now we're quickly forgetting what we once did back in the past. Because for me, I think that was just unfair. Like, it's more like we're opening, like a can of worms, which is just unnecessary. It's just not necessary at all. So that is where I'm against, and it hurts as a Red Bull fan. 10 years as a Red Bull fan, and like, you see all this happening, all this unfolding. It's just not good, to be honest. And I think, really, to be fair, it was a fair result that it was thrown out, because like, I can't believe that they simulated, they had Alex Albon, like, to recreate the whole
Oh
thing
my
with the
fucking! Are you
with Perez.
joking?
And I'm saying, surely,
You actually
like,
you
would
got
you
that
go?
sad. Instead of spending time focusing
Ah,
on trying to win the next Grand Prix, you spent your
yeah,
whole 2 weeks trying to
that's the
find a
thing.
way to get more points taken off Lewis Hamilton,
Exactly.
and get it stinged up.
And
Are
don't
you
forget that
fucking for real?
lawyers.
Do you know what? They should have got a penalty just for trying to do it. They should have got a
And
penalty to try and do
lawyers.
it.
Ah,
I'm
man.
because you're trying to influence a racing decision, right,
Ah, you
by
know,
your own means. And I'm sorry,
I
no,
it's
no.
beyond me. It's, to be
Who the
honest,
fuck do
to
they
me.
think they are?
Untouchable. I think so. They want to be untouchable. To be honest, like, I love my team, but when they are wrong, they are wrong. Like, in this case, it's unfortunate. Yes, it happened, right? And it's unfortunate that it's Max's first incident, for him being the victim. But now, how many people, especially Vettel, how
We
many
said at the
races?
time, this has been coming ever since he stepped in an F1 car. This has been coming.
Yeah. And like, the thing is that for me, I saw this as, like, as this protest was more like in a, like an indirect way. I'm sure maybe Red Bull knew that they were not going to win this, but it was more like of a mind game to say, you know what, Lewis, don't be aggressive, don't be aggressive, don't be aggressive.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that is
right.
what I feel.
I was like that. Yeah, I'm not really paying attention to what they're doing. Fuck that. Like, he's already said, yeah, I'm all Marcus on this weekend. If
Yeah,
that's your attempt at knocking Lewis Hamilton, I'm sorry, that is a shit attempt. You need to try harder.
yeah, exactly. And I don't know if you noticed, like in like first practice and second practice that like Checo was
They were
complaining
off the
very.
pace. They
Sorry.
were off the pace as well. Red
Yes,
Bull
off
were
the
off
pace,
the pace.
off
That's
the
what
pace,
happens when
and
you don't. You spent the whole 2 weeks worrying about this incident that you're now off the pace in Hungary, which is one of your favourite tracks.
exactly, and also the car suits, like the track, because like of course we know that like the first sector Mercedes will like benefit a lot, but now second sector and the third sector it's all Red Bull. But now already, like okay, like the first practice, like Max had the fastest, like was the fastest, but now the second one he was very 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 slow. So now like it's something to worry, and that like rather than for us to spend all of our energy like doing things that are not like sportsmanship, like we just had to concentrate on the car. And you know what, the thing, I'm just hoping, like this is just my own assumption. I'm just hoping that Red Bull didn't take Checo's car and give it, like to Max Verstappen, because you know why? First practice and second practice, Checo was just complaining. You know what? What's happening to my engine? Is this really my engine? Like I don't know if you if you noticed. So now for me, I'm like, I hope Red Bull. I hope that Red Bull in the in the past 2 weeks that they didn't.
Uh,
It's just a big if. It's just a
all
big
it
if,
took is one incident to watch it all go ping pong at
and
Red Bull.
everything
Oh, I love it.
and
Should have done
everything
it a
is
lot
just
sooner.
done.
Fucking hell, we should have done it a lot sooner. Fucking hell, we would have won the Austria and fucking French and in France. We would
Ah,
trust me, mate.
everything is just tumbling up, man. Everything is just tumbling down, and that is just my worst fear. I just hope maybe tomorrow, like we will recover, like our pace back. That is just
I'm
my.
sure you will. I mean, it's probably like they were running a different program or something. Knowing Red Bull,
You
like
know what? For Checo, like most of the first practice he was on hard tires, and only when there were 20 minutes left, then that's when he opted for the soft. But now second practice, the whole of the second practice, Checo was on medium tires and only used the soft, like 10 minutes to go. But they were just like maybe long run, and also the
yeah.
fuel, etc., etc. But you know what, just imagine, Steven, if tomorrow after Q3, P1 and P2 belongs to either Max or like or Lewis. Just
Could you
imagine.
imagine it to turn? No, okay, no, avoid like Hamilton be on the outside, right? Like fucking Verstappen comes and does a kamikaze, fucking like a kamikaze pilot, right into turn one, right? They then drag each other down to turn four. Hamilton does a kamikaze down to turn four, right? They're still side
Yeah,
by side as they come up to the as they come. Then they've got that little fast kink, like Cox was a fast kink. They've got a fast
yeah,
kink up the hill,
exactly.
right? And then Hamilton's in the inside, Max Verstappen's on the outside. He tries to cut him in again. He takes him out of the race again. Like fucking take two.
I,
could
I
you could
wouldn't.
you fucking imagine it?
I wouldn't want to imagine it, man. I wouldn't want to imagine. That's why I'm saying at least if Bottas is either P1 or P2, I think that would be good. Rather than like to have Lewis and Max, because I wouldn't want to imagine, because I'm sure it's like
I'm
like
just
for
making
Red
a
Bull,
little bit of
it
a
would be
point
like,
here. I
yeah,
just wanted to raise a little bit of a point that I wanted to show on board
okay.
of keep talking for a minute. I've just got to find it. I just got to find it. So yeah, I mean, you can only imagine it, can't you?
Yeah.
you can only fucking imagine it happening. That like it's literally gonna be. I did love the 360 on board.
Oh.
Like, yeah. So, but yeah, keep saying. I think we did the right thing. Yeah, why? Because you don't know what F1 and racing means. Mate, if you can't,
Wow.
this is why Christian Horner was a shit F1 driver. This is why he never
Come
got in
on.
F1 because he was a shit driver, right? He never had the balls to make that sort of a move,
Can you
right?
explain why he's been in F1 for 16 years? The longest serving principal. And you know how, just imagine how ruthless Red Bull is. Just imagine how ruthless Red Bull is, even
Oh
with
yeah,
the
don't get
junior
me
program,
wrong.
even with the junior driver program. Red Bull is just ruthless in all aspects. But come on, like you have okay. As much as he's a villain, that's why people love him because he's a villain. He's that villain, like that people love.
I
Towards
don't.
the end of the day,
In the
you see,
end, right? I'm sorry. You can say you
yeah,
did the right. You didn't. You could say about like we did the right thing or what. But I'm sorry, mate. If you if you think that was the right thing, then you need to stop fucking. You need to stop being in F1 because you clearly don't know. You clearly don't know what fucking F1 stands for. You know what I mean? You don't. You
come
don't
on,
understand. You don't understand for
Steven,
F1
don't get me
racing. You
started.
don't. You don't know. If you think that is perfectly justifiable for you to try and take like put on a harsher penalty on Lewis for what was basically a racing incident because they both were as bad as each other, then you should stop being in F1 right now.
So wasn't he supposed to at least contest, especially with the budget cap that he had? For me, the only problem that I had was for him to try to taint, like to taint Lewis. That was just wrong.
This is the
But of
deliberate
course, in
attempt
terms
to it.
of the cap
They're trying to make
budget,
it.
I
They're trying to
cannot
make it to
blame
the
them.
FIA stewards that he is
Sorry?
a dirty driver, right? And think of it, right? Think on it while you're doing it, right? Because he is a dirty driver. That's what they're trying to make it out as, right? That's what really pissed me off about it. So, um, trying to find the on board for it. Fucking hell. I want to try and find the on board from right at the start because it's at the start that really sets it apart for me. There's something at the start that sets it for me, and uh, on board. Uh, yeah, I can't find it in a minute. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Why is it you can't find it when you want it? I found it the other day.
Yeah.
Uh, right, there you go. Do you know what? I'm gonna use this one. Right,
Mm.
there you go. I just want people to quickly have a look at this and just tell me if I'm being a bit of a dick, right? Um, like if you go beyond the white line, you're out of bounds, and you should give up the place. Yeah,
Yeah.
look where Max Verstappen is at turn one, completely off the circuit. If I just zoom in, uh, nope, yeah. If you see there, look, his left tire completely off the circuit, beyond the white line. Technically, he's off. He's off the circuit. or to try and stay trying to stay in front. Technically,
Yeah, but you know what,
place. In the rule book, that means you give up the place.
Steven? Yeah, but like the thing is that
If you want to
I
start
think we'll
clutching on
open
straws, mate, we can start clutching on straws, right?
Steven,
If
we'll
if they
open.
wanted to go down this road, we could go down this road.
You know what? The conclusion of this matter, it's a racing incident. Because the thing is that for me, even at first, and part of me feels a bit hard, like hard done, But the thing is, let's just say it's a racing incident. But what Red Bull is doing, it's honestly not really good, to be honest. That's gross, to be honest. Because for me, like, at least if I was supporting Red Bull, for 2 years, it was going to be easy for me to say, you know what, I'm now leaving Red Bull. But imagine 10 years with this team and look what they're doing. To be honest, I think I'm going to be looking for another team if they continue like this. Because to be honest, that this is not really fair. To be honest, because for me, I tried to have some allegiance. No, no.
You know, you wanna
Then I'll be a glory
come
hunter.
join the fair team. You know,
Mate, I will be a glory hunter. Plus, also, what will I do with the like,
if
like,
you're a
like
glory
with
hunter,
the
you go
Red
to
Bull
Ferrari.
merchants
They've won
that
the
I have?
most, right?
Sorry.
If you're a glory hunter, you go to Ferrari or McLaren. They've won the most. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm thinking. You know what? You know what? I want to be wild. Like I was thinking of.
That's
But
that's a wild guess.
mate, I know that you're laughing. I know that you're laughing about us, right? But the thing is, don't be surprised to see
I mean,
them
the
on
thing is,
top of the pack. Don't be surprised.
we just caused it's a racing incident, and your team is having a fucking meltdown over it. It's worse than fucking Chernobyl's nuclear meltdown. Fucking hell! All it was a racing incident. If you just accepted it and moved on, you'd be beating us in this Grand Prix, right? For fuck's sake, it's your circuit. You've been dominant around here. It's designed for you, right? The
Yeah.
only reason I say it's Hamilton's circuit is because he's won 8 times there. But it's created for downforce cars like yours. So you
Well,
should be beating us.
yes and no, yes and no,
I
because
was
now
expecting Honda Red Bull Honda to come out today, this weekend, and thought, fucking hell, we're going to be in for a long. I know Hamilton's gone here 8 times, but Jesus Christ, they've got the car for this. Right, they've always got the car for this
can we say,
circuit. And I was going
can we
to,
say,
we're going to struggle, but you just can't. You're just having a meltdown over one incident.
you know what,
Fucking hell.
let me tell you something. I don't know. Okay, you know what? As a fan, as a Red Bull fan, I think I wanna just conclude and say, you know what?
It
Perhaps
sounds
we're
quite
sent
like, but it
back.
sounds like
Perhaps
Rosberg. Right? It
you
sounds
know
like
what? You know what?
Rosberg at the end of 2015. He was like when he chucks the hat back at Hamilton. No, I don't want to play no more.
You know what, Steven? You know what, Steven? Did you ever notice this year whereby Red Bull are dominating practice, and like Mercedes like lacking pace? Many people, they conclude to say, well, perhaps like they sent bagging. So for me, because I'm so much in love with my team, I just want to comfort myself and just say, perhaps we sent bagging. Perhaps. I think FP3 is really going to convince me. It's really going to convince me that perhaps we don't have pace. Because
Can
even
you
like
imagine the Netflix series after this?
ooh, I cannot wait.
Oh,
Drive to
fucking hell.
Survive 4.
Can you imagine?
Drive to Survive 4. It's going to be really interesting. Like you've got the Bottas Russell incident. You've
Then this
got
is
the
the whole
Max.
incident in the fucking Silverstone.
Yes,
Whatever they planned for
exactly.
the Silverstone Grand Prix to cover, fucking hell, they're gonna have to redo it.
Ah! You can say that again. You
Oh
can say that
my
again.
Jesus.
And especially just imagine, like what we touched earlier upon, that we said, if Max is P1, and like oh, big up Luke, right? It's Luke, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Luke comes in with his mad facts about Rosberg. Yeah, Oscar
Oh,
2016. Yeah, that one's not a serial champion. He's a serial like a lineal champion. He's actually a serial treat. Right. Monaco 2014, Belgium 2014, Austria 2016. Do you want me to keep going? Right. Right.
No, no, no,
That guy
no,
is a
no.
serial cheat, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
trigger
it's
that
going to
again.
snow. He's backing me to Ferraris. Well, fucking overtake him then. Whole point. Duh.
Yeah, you can say that again. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, but I'm just hoping that it's not going to be P1 and P2. I hope it's not just going to be Lewis and Max, because I cannot really to watch, like the first lap, of them racing at all. I just cannot do that. I can't do that to myself. And I'm sure even especially for Red Bull people, like our hearts are going to be in our mouths. I don't know about Mercedes, fans and Toto, like how they're just going to be feeling, but it's going to be interesting, to be honest. I'm just going to say that we're sent batting today. That is what I'm just going to comfort myself. I'm not going to say we leg pace. We're sent batting, Stephen. I hope you keep that in mind, right?
Yeah. Uh, sorry, I just saw a little clip saying like Hamilton, like Wolf and Total Wolf and Christian Horner were facing the press, and I thought, what, together? Jesus,
Oh, the way
oh
together.
God, what's that? No, they didn't. What they didn't do it together. Right, I was gonna say because if they were in the same room together, fuck it, now. Could you imagine it? It would go, oh, it would
Yeah,
go off. It would go off.
even oh
It'd take
hell
one
would break
question,
loose.
and that's it. All hell breaks loose.
Yeah, you can say that again. But it's just that like it's unfortunate that things panned out like this, but we never want to see something like this, especially knowing that we caused a lot of miseries.
Yeah, I think he needs to win this weekend to get his confidence back. But the way it looks like he's not responding well. This is the thing, right? And this is where I said experience will beat youth because it will get to a point in the championship where something like this will happen between the two drivers. And Hamilton has been there, done it, read the book, read the script. So he will just come back next week, 2 weeks ends, and bang, straight back on it. Max Verstappen, you can still tell he's like with his team at the minute, are still sitting there like, oh, was it fair? We need to punish him further. And you can tell because he's not focused. He's not been focused. He's 3/10 off in some of the practice sessions. They've not been quick. They're still trying to find answers in a car that in a circuit that should be quick for them. And you can see clearly that it's clearly had an impact on them as a team and him as a driver because he's not been able to just go, yeah, fine, done. Next weekend.
Yeah.
Yes, all right, fine, but we go next weekend. He says that he likes to talk that he says he does that, but he's clearly not been able to. Right, and that's why I said someone like Lewis Hamilton at the minute will beat Max Verstappen because of that. You will get that at some point in the championship. And a minute you saw in the early stage of the season after Portimao, after Spain, he was just like after the qualifying result, he was like, "Oh, I don't want to." Like he was trying to push the camera away, and he was just like, "You're not, you're not doing yourself any favors because you're not just shaking it down. Yeah, okay, disappointment, but right, we go again. Like
Yeah.
we don't just brush it off, and he just keeps the like hang it on onto him,
Yeah,
and that's
that's
the
the thing.
problem.
That's
That's the
the
problem
thing.
he's having.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because like also, what's going to be detrimental in Hungary, overtaking it's possible, but it's very hard, to overtake in
Hungary.
Hungary. And that is why I'm saying, like for
Well, unless
Max
it was
to
2019.
okay,
Mommy, what
okay.
happened there?
I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, of course. Yeah, but that's an outlier, right? But now the thing is that, for Max, to be honest, for him at least to gain his confidence, because right now I'm sure he's still rattled, like with that incident that happened. If he wants to win, to be honest, there are two things in mind. First of all, there is about Max to try to win, right? And for him to win, he has to make sure that he gets pole position, right? And also at least manage, like to finish first after the first lap. I'm sure then I'll be confident that he wins. But then also another aspect is that, like if you check on the constructor standing, that the difference is about, is it 3 points or 4 points? I'm not sure. I'm not forget, like I think it's about 4 points difference between Red Bull and Mercedes. And the thing is that, like it's going to be very important also for Checo, like to deliver, to be honest. Because for him, like if he's to have a seat for next year, especially now, like with the summer break coming up, I'm sure he has to deliver, to be honest. Both cars has to deliver. Max has to win it, and also Checo should make sure that at least he's in the top three, if not okay, top four, but if not top three, as a fan, to be honest. Especially with summer break. Summer break, that's whereby a lot of drivers are doing contract talks, etc. etc. It's going to be
Yeah,
amazing. It's going to be amazing. And also, like still like on the topic of Red Bull, I just thought to say it, like I've not been impressed with Yuki Spinoda, to be honest. I have not been, impressed. Such that, like how Red Bull is ruthless. I won't be surprised, Steven. I won't be surprised if Yuki is replaced, like by someone else. I won't be surprised. But for me, I was thinking of Alex Albon at least to go there. But now the thing is that with Alex Albon, he's already testing, doing testings of, like next year's car, and I don't think it will be possible. But I'm not really impressed, especially him knowing that Red Bull are very, 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 ruthless. Because you know what, there are many drivers in the Red Bull driving, Red Bull drivers program, right? And many drivers don't qualify for F1. Only few drivers qualify, and for the few drivers that qualify to F1, only few will manage to stay in there, and that is just my worry, to be honest. I just thought to just lay the cards on the table.
yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting um, as we go forward, like with this weekend. Um, and yeah, also the driver market will be interesting as we go forward. Like especially like with if Sonoda keeps up the way he is. Um, but I don't think he will. I don't think he will get replaced. To be honest, it'll take something very dramatic for him to get replaced um
Daniel,
uh by Alex Albon or Daniel
caveat.
Kvyat. Yeah, or Kvyat. Or I think Kvyat. I think now has moved on anyway,
Yeah, I think so,
so I
to
don't
be
see him
honest.
coming back. But
Yeah, but
I
do you
think
think that? Hmm?
I think again I think in terms of the driver market, what sort of happens with the driver market is what happens with Bottas and Russell again. So, but we won't know that until Spa. So
Yeah, exactly,
we won't
exactly,
get anything until Spa. So
exactly. And you know what? Like in F2, they are very good drivers. It's just like Joe. Like the reserve driver of is it Alpine? Joe. Imagine like Alpine. Like only just has one car in F1. It's not like Red Bull who has two cars. And do you really think that Joe will wait for for at least for Alonso to retire? I don't think so. Not at all. And also, like with Esteban Ocon, who's been given, like a long-term contract, he was given in back in Monaco. And you've got all these good drivers, just like for the Red Bull driver, you've got like Liam. That's why I'm
Liam
saying,
Lawson.
yeah. Oh yes, yes, Liam Lawson and Vrips. Like that's why I'm saying for Yuki, I think it's I don't know. I'm so much attached. Like my heart is telling me after this whole incident, leave Red Bull, perhaps start on a new page. Start with Haas. At least you're not going to be a rent boy. Like, or maybe a glory hunter. Perhaps I start with like with Haas, because you never know. Perhaps next year they'll win it. You never know.
Nah, they
But
ain't
now,
gonna win it. Nah, man.
ah, come on, never say never. Never say never, mate.
It's not happening. They
Come
are
on,
not
no,
winning it.
no development whatsoever on this car. They said that like their objective was clear. We
I'll
are
be
investing in
gobsmacked.
next year's car. Sorry,
I'll be fucking gobsmacked if that happens.
I think maybe at least we have to make a bet. At least if they're seen in the podium standing for next year, I'm sure they'll be in the running, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be in the running, but like, I'll be fucking gobsmacked if that happens. I will be absolutely.
Yeah, but can we agree? But can we agree that McLaren are going to suffer next year? They're going to suffer. We
Yeah, of
all
course
know
we're going to suffer.
that they're overperforming this year because of the what of the Mercedes, thanks to Racing Point,
That's what
thanks
they've
to
said.
Racing Point.
They've already asked for upgrades. They've already asked for rain, or
Oh
hoping that
really?
it's going to rain. Ferrari have asked for rain.
Oh really?
Like, yeah, because like they're that poor. They're hoping that rain will bail them out.
And what's the probability? Like, is it a possibility that it's going to rain?
I think there is a. I think there is a small.
Oh, okay.
There is a small.
Possibility.
Yeah,
Probability.
small. There's a small probability that will happen, but we don't know
Okay.
yet.
Ah,
But
okay,
there's
okay.
one more thing I want to bring. I didn't want to bring up again, but I'm gonna have to do it again.
Do it.
Uh, I checked Lewis Hamilton's Instagram about a week, 2 weeks on,
Okay.
or at some point this week during the build up of the Grand Prix. Uh, and he was the latest post he was putting up on Instagram. He was still getting racial abuse
Imagine.
on his Instagram account, uh, even now.
So so
So I mean, it's like it really like it fucking pisses me off
yeah,
so
me too.
much.
Me
It
too.
really does. Um,
And like the thing is that
over something that was like both equally each other's fault.
exactly, exactly.
And
And
even if it was 100% Max Hamilton's fault,
he
there's
doesn't
no
deserve
place
it.
for it anyway.
Not at all. Like the thing is that again, we're always going to see this and this, and it hurts me that like no one is going to be held, like to like
Do you know
no one is
what?
going to
The
be put.
messages I reported right after going that through our account on that day, when I went through that whole screen again, I can still see the same messages.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, are you fucking removing them or not? How many times do I need to report them? I mean, are you taking the mic? Like, and they wonder why, and then they wonder why, like, they get called out as a social media company when people report the comments to them and they don't do anything.
Yeah,
Because clearly you're not doing anything, so why is it I can still see the comments?
exactly. Because like for me, to be honest, I really do think that Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all these like companies are at fault towards a great extent, because there's nothing that they are doing. They're not bringing the people like out there, shaming them for us, like name shaming them for us to see who they are, and no action is going to be taken. And that's why for me, I'm saying that as long as they keep quiet, to be honest, they're giving a room, they're giving a voice, a
Yeah,
platform for those people, like to still continue to do what they're doing. Because to be
Yeah.
honest, it's so disgusting. I mean, honestly, it's so disgusting. No one is superior than the other. Whether white, black, blue, whichever color you are, we are all equal. And
Yeah.
like F1 has always been saying that, like there's nothing like that, there's nothing like that. And like as much as it was bad, right? I'm happy that now they see that it's existing even in F1. Even in F1
But
it's
I
existing.
think the difference is that like the F1 are actually trying to affect change.
Yeah,
They're
they're
actually
trying.
going to take an action, unlike football.
Wow, yes, exactly. But now also, like with F1, things are also controversial. You know that they say like we're against like like we're in favor of human rights, equal human rights, but now they now go to, like the Jeddah, like this year going to, is it Saudi Arabia, whereby there is
Yeah,
gross, human rights abuse. You see what is happening. But now then again, like what Sir Lewis once said, cash is king. It's all because of the money. But now they
yeah.
should put the money where they are, like mouth, like, huh?
Maybe
What's that
but
word?
the thing is that the drivers, if Hamilton and do you know what? It reminds
Yeah.
me if like instead of saying cash is king, maybe you should just as drivers say no, no, we're not doing it because of this. You can't make us race. What are you gonna
Exactly.
do? It's what they did one
That's,
time and they boycotted it.
oh yes, like was it in Melbourne, like the Corona thing, like in 2020, whereby Lewis was saying, "What are we doing here? We have to, like, we should not be here." For me, to be honest, that's why I like, like Lewis. Lewis voices his opinion no matter what. But all these drivers, like it seems that they're in it for money. But then again, I hope I'm not trying to support him because he's black. But for me, I'm just saying it like
Yeah.
it is. You see,
Well, yeah.
because now
It's not because of that. It's because of the fact he does voice his opinion.
exactly, and other drivers do not do that at all. They do not. Because for me, I was really surprised. Really, to be honest, I was surprised that like we're actually going to go to, like to Saudi Arabia, like this year, whereby, like F1 says that we race as one.
Yeah,
Like we're against gross, human rights, but the like where is the action? We want to see the action, just like what we're saying with these social, media platforms. It's so gross, to be honest. And as much as, these drivers do not take a stand, as you were saying, we're going nowhere. We are going nowhere at all. You see, we're going nowhere. It's just like, like I'm sure you saw his post. For me, I'm not on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. And like Louis, was it yesterday whereby he posted the LGBT, like in Hungary they are against that. They say that like we're not in full support of homosexuals, etc., etc. But only Louis was like, guys, like I'll make sure that I'll race for you, and I'll like for me, I'm against everything. But now you see all these drivers, they just quiet, and F1, what are they
yeah,
saying? Nothing. They just all
nothing.
quiet. So we're going nowhere. To be honest, we are going nowhere at all. Because for me, what is bad is bad. We have to call it as it is, and that's why I like Lewis. You see, I like Lewis. But for me now, of course, I'm considering to leave Red Bull. But if I leave Red Bull, I'm tempted to come to Mercedes, but I don't think I'll go to Mercedes because I think I'll go to Haas. I think that's the fit, right? I want to punish myself, mate. 10 years was
Yeah.
supporting, 10 years was supporting, like Red Bull. Then I go to Mercedes. Come on, mate. I was already hurt as it was seeing Mercedes, like dominate. It's better for me to go to us. Yeah, but you know what? If I go to us, let me tell you, if I go to us, I think perhaps maybe I'll now do what you do to have some allegiance to a particular driver. Because for me, that is what I said. Like I said to myself, I'm going to divorce myself from having allegiance to a driver because drivers they shift from one team to another, one team to another. So it's better for me just to support Red Bull. But now I can't support them if like if they're dragging people down in the mud, especially doing like unsportsmanship, actions like this. To be honest, Steven, to be honest, I hope you do not hate me for doing this, even though you are a rival. You're a rival to Red Bull, but I'm really thinking of going to some team like us. To be honest, I hope you won't blame me for that, would you?
Nope. I'll just laugh.
Yeah. Come on. I know you're laughing,
I'll
but
send you a postcard from the fucking grid.
yeah, but I'm telling you, to be honest, I like to be honest, you know what? Today,
I
like
might
I
switch. Just let me see what pre-season testing is like next season, just to see.
come on, don't do this to me. Come on, don't do this to me. You know what? Today, like I think I thought about it two times. Two times going on my Twitter. Like going on my phone on Twitter. Like just to unfollow Red Bull. Then I said, you know what? I think I'll first have to talk to like to Steven
Let me
perhaps. But
cancel
to be,
him first.
I mean, but honestly, if I leave Red Bull, where can I go? Where can I go? I mean, honestly, where can I go? Please don't say Aston Martin.
I don't know. Fucking
Us, it
Williams.
has to be us, man. It has to be us.
Williams.
No, 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 not at all. You know why? You know why not
I
Williams?
got an
Because
idea. I
because
got an
they've
idea.
got
I got an idea. No,
no. You know
I'm
what?
not supporting. No, I'm not supporting the Red Bull. I'll support Avatar instead.
You know what? You know what? You know what? Like I also thought about it. I thought about AlphaTauri, but then I said to myself, you know what? They've got some allegiance to, like to Red Bull. Will it be fair if I go there? Then I also thought to myself, okay, maybe Aston Martin, but Aston Martin has something going on with Mercedes, so well, I cannot go there. Anything involving Mercedes
Ferrari.
and Red Bull. Wow, then I'm a glory hunter, right? Then I'm a glory hunter, right? But
Yeah.
AlphaTauri, like, am I contradicting myself if I go to AlphaTauri?
Yeah, because you're basically sponsoring the Italian version of Red Bull.
Exactly. You see. So it's only Haas. It has to be Haas, right? No, I'm telling you. To be honest, I'm going to tag you. I'm going to tag you. Like I think maybe
Or Alfa
after.
Romeo.
No, Alfa Romeo has something with Ferrari, right? There's something
All
going on
right,
with
Renault
Ferrari.
then.
Wow, yes, yes, yes. Maybe
Oh
Alpine,
no,
right?
you got
Because
fucked off with them as a Red Bull fan.
yeah, but now like Alpine they took like Ricardo. They took Ricardo, right? And then they screwed Red Bull with the engine. I think yeah, that's a good shout. That's a good shout. But I think no. But to be honest, I think I'll have no. To be honest, I'm seriously thinking of it. I am going to Haas. To be honest, I'm now a Haas fan, man. I'm now a Haas boy. but now but now the icing on the cake, I'm
No,
now
also,
looking
if
for a
Max
driver.
Verstappen wins this weekend, get in! Never said I was a Hatch fan.
But I think it's better to be honest, because man, Red Bull like slash Red Bull slash Christian Horner slash Marco, like they hit me to the core, man. They hit me to the core. I can't support this, mate. I mean, honestly, you can't blame me, right? I can't do this, mate.
You
I
can
think it's
do whatever
over. The
you
10-year
want,
year
man.
relationship.
You can wish for a Mercedes if you want to, man. You
Oh, perhaps I'm being hasty. Am I being hasty? I don't know. Maybe. Am I being hasty? I'm not, right?
no.
So I'm a house boy now. I'm a house boy. I'm going to tag you today on Twitter. Officially a hustle boy. What more can I do, mate? What more can I do? At least you know what? At
You
least
got
at least
18.
I'm
Yes.
at least I'm different, mate. At least I'm different from what's his name? Like from Connor. Connor,
Mate,
like he
you're
started.
gonna hang on, you're gonna
Sorry?
support Maz's spin.
Man, what can I say? And now imagine I'm now
You
going to
did get
get
like
rid.
this session, yes.
I think if we do not get loved at all, I think that will be the biggest victory. The biggest victory, like for us, the business, like that's the only thing I'll celebrate. I think so. But at least you know what? I think I'm different. I'm different from Connor because Connor entering F1, he then started supporting McLaren. McLaren, like that's glory hunting. At least
No,
respect me for
not
that.
really, because like they haven't been
Yes,
like they haven't won a championship since 2008. So it
well,
ain't
yes.
really. It's been over 10 years. So and plus, like the guy who's the team principal is he's an American. So I expect him to support McLaren. Tiho, how
Ah.
are you, man?
Hey, I'm doing right.
Hey,
If
Tieho.
you heard this crap,
Come on, he's laughing. Imagine.
What
He's
happened?
laughing at me.
he's
Um,
turned into an ass fan.
no, no, really. To be honest, if you're in my shoes, with what Red Bull did, would you blame me for leaving Red Bull after 10 years? Like it's hurting me since 2011. I was a fan, not a driver. Like not to have allegiance to any driver, but allegiance to my team Red Bull. And Red Bull did this to me. Would you blame me? And and also if I leave, where like which team will I go to? I'm sure Haas will be the best, right?
No,
Sorry.
just pick Aston Martin or something. Not
No, Aston Martin has something to do with Mercedes. Come on,
He's probably saying
yeah,
you're
fair
winning,
I
enough.
innit?
can't do this to myself. I can't go to Williams. I can't go to Aston Martin because it has to do with Mercedes. And also, of course, I would have gone to AlphaTauri, but AlphaTauri has Red
It's
Bull
basically Red
fingerprints
Bull's
all over it.
bitch.
Yeah, but to be honest, I think I'll go to us. To be honest, but then if I go to us, I'll have to, like to comfort myself by having allegiance to a team. Like to a driver too. But what Red Bull has done really hurt me. To be honest, well done, officially done, done.
um, Tiho, what did you make of it all, man?
Well, you know my stance on the collision, on the crash. I don't think it was Lewis's fault. And in the end, the racial abuse Lewis got, the abuse overall he has got, isn't shouldn't be acceptable.
Of course not. But
Yeah, and during free practice today, the commentator said that Max has gotten messages from all the team owners minus Toto.
Yeah, and also now for Max Verstappen to go and unfollow Lewis. I mean, honestly, is that sportsmanship? I mean, honestly.
yeah, and by the way, I don't know if Max knows this, but there's been plenty of drivers that have gone to hospital after an accident, and the teams have gone and celebrated their win
Yeah.
in F1, right? And plus, there's knowing full well that the driver's gone to hospital beforehand, and even then, Hamilton didn't know until he got into the pen. So, if you can't accept, I'm sure he told you that when he called you, but if you can't accept that, then that's your problem. It's I just feel like what we just said is that the whole thing's just having a meltdown at Red Bull at the minute. And what did you make of like their attempt at trying to get a harsher penalty on Lewis?
I think it was fucking idiotic. Like, these are not my words, but apparently the rules changed last year that it won't be a racing incident if someone's life is at risk.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the thing why people don't make it out to be a racing incident and more like an actual Lewis Hamilton fault. And
Oh, okay.
I don't know if the rules changed in anything of that, but
Well,
I don't know.
every single pundit that we run into, right, and that's not just British. That's like other pundits from other different nationalities. They're all saying the same
Oh.
thing. It's a racing incident.
Yeah, apparently Italian Sky Sports are huge fans of Hamilton, and they are saying it's a Hamilton fault. So it seems like everyone is very mixed up about it.
Everyone's gonna have a different opinion on it.
Tiho,
Again, the penalty's done. It's done. It's finished. It's over with.
Yeah, true. Yeah, a Red Bull fan, right?
Not necessarily a Red Bull fan, more of a Verstappen fan.
Ah, Verstappen. So no allegiance to any team at all.
No. I am Dutch, so
Wow. Perhaps you know what? Like, I think maybe if I do that, I think that will be very good. You know, like perhaps maybe I get another play, like to have some allegiance to a driver rather than a team. I think that would be better,
Well, since
right?
you support Spain in the Euros, means you do have Fernando Alonso.
Well, Fernando is about to retire. We all know that, right?
Oh, I Carlos Sainz.
Maybe, yeah, very soon. Perhaps maybe if I go for Lando, right?
Yeah, Lando's a good driver.
Yeah, London. Yeah. Lando and what's his name? And Haas.
get for all your life.
There you go. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, my
Anybody see
Wi-Fi
that?
fell out. What was the question? Sorry.
Oh, my Wi-Fi. Any changes? Anything else you want to mention before we wrap it up? Because we're going to do the preview at 9.
No, not really. Just that Horner should stop being a biased fucking idiot.
Who?
Just that Horner has to stop being a salty idiot.
Yeah.
Marco, don't forget Marco too.
Yeah.
They need to actually realise that Verstappen's not like exactly the cleanest driver in the world. I will say that. The one who's I'm sorry. If I told you the two drivers, if I asked you one question, who's the most aggressive driver, Lewis Hamilton or Max Verstappen?
Without doubt. Without doubt, Max.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Tiho?
Verstappen, definitely. Yeah.
It says it in a nutshell, doesn't it?
Definitely.
So maybe they need to look in the mirror first. But anyway, we're gonna have to see because we're gonna have to do the preview at some point. There is a preview at 9 tonight, so make sure you tune in for that. Hope you guys are available for it as well.
Cool.
And we'll get you on for that. But yeah, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Share the stream as well. Does help and help raise the money as much as you can. Do join the membership as well. It's a monthly fee. It goes to a great cause. Monthly donation. Saeed came a member today, so big up to him. And if you want to do the same, please do so. It really does help. And we'll be back this evening at 9 p.m. with the preview to the Hungarian Grand Prix. Until then, everyone stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you soon. Take care.
Goodbye.